So it's been a very busy morning of me and the team at Duel Monsters working on getting things on the site, so now it's finally time to dive into the brand new world, discover things for myself, because I've been working on autopilot, just kind of not caring about what is happening in front of me and just putting things in and not really paying too much attention to the whole thing. So let's dive into the brand new Duel Monsters world update, of course with the world refresh. We've got the Kami game shop with the balloons and the Karibo. Okay, you've got Duke's grandfather's game shop as well, or his dad's shop in the background as well. It's pretty cool. Duel Studio has the boat from Duelist Kingdom, which where do you press? Like, do you press down here by the thing on the container? And oh, the Exodi pieces get flown off like in Duel Monsters by Weevil. That's pretty cool. In the first area, I assume the bell happens and no gem drop there, so nothing really crazy. And by the PP arena, where do you click? Just to close again, and there is a blue eyes. Okay, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Getting some free gems if the game was slow, that's nice. Now, what have we got campaign-wise? So first of all, is the gift festival come back, which is going to be how you get a free gift whenever you duel. And I'm definitely going to double up on those Chronicle chips because we have the new processing game, which are all really, really cool. We then got the big campaign overall, right? We're going to be getting the Dragon Master Knight in Luminous, looking really, really nice. You've got the 5-headed dragon as well. The DM that can be animated with your Chronicle item. Now, it's only this DM and only the blue eyes that can be animated at the moment, which is kind of disappointing, but it does make sense, right? They'll try and push these new animated artworks on you and kind of meld campaigns to be featured around them. Just an easy way for Konami to make more money, and of course, is the skill we talked about, right? The Destiny Draw one. Puts Armor Dragon Field for free, gives you Armor Fusion, and then you go into the Dragon Master Knight, pop a card. That's cool. You get the items, you get the gems, the tickets, of course. Also got, down here, bonus stamps for SR Dream Ticket, Rush Duel Dream Tickets, UR Dream Tickets, the whole works. That's neat. And then some more missions to get more processing items, and that's perfectly fine. We've then got, in the Maintenance tab, is we now have more boxes in the box chips, going up to the Fortress of Gears box, which is going to be the Machina one, the Vision of Faris one, and of course, one of the best boxes, Judgment Force in Duel Links history. Now, it is still 5 years behind, 5.5 years behind, which is really, really annoying. There's not many decks that kind of revolve around going back into, you know, Pendulum boxes or Zexal boxes, and so I think they could have gone all the way into Zexal, right, and given us that first box at least. We'll get around to that box come anniversary in January. That would probably line up. Now, we have got the new Chronicle pieces available at the card trader. They're in the lottery. However, you could only really see them on the Crystal purchase screen because of new bonuses, and this is kind of what we expected, right? They'd go in and give you some special deals to kind of make it worthwhile doing. I think Luminous is pretty good, right? It's very subtle. Some cards work really well, like Imperm. Spoilers, we're getting Imperm. Looks really nice. Tenebros is going to be card dependent, right? I think that cards with a naturally dark hue are going to look better than having this stand out a bit too much. We've got Blaze, that they also warp the card art. This one looks incredible on most cards, right? We've then got Ripple, that again does warp the artwork a bit, and I think that this one is a little bit worse because this at least feels like you're looking into the card artwork. This one is like, oh, you're looking on top of the card artwork and it's still a static image, right? Just because of the way the ripples are, they're not 3D, right? They're not like going downwards, they're going straight forward, so it's a bit off. Gust, I think, could be cool depending on the card artwork, right? It's definitely not going to work for everything. And then finally is Stone, that, like, it is a better version of the damaged one. Like, it's been damaged, it's actually had wear and tear to it. So I think that it looks okay, not the best Chronicle 4 in the world, but I think definitely Blaze takes the cake of being the best one by far. We've then got 2 new art styles and 2 new characters. First of all is going to be Rebecca as our starting character, and she's all focused around probably her best skill being, where is this one here? Is the Guardian Angel's Charity, which is a clusterfuck of a skill that gives you so much value, giving graceful charity if you're playing a deck that runs some Dragon Vanillas. And so people have been labbing some Dragon Link-ish builds, right, with this skill, and so hopefully this can make Rebecca a really solid character. Now, we're not going to do our usual character review because I don't really feel like it, honestly. Does she have, of course we've got some brand new cards here, but I assume also at the gates there's going to be some brand new cards, right? There must be. I know there is for the old styles. What do? We have the Thron and we have the Self-Destruct Ant. 2 cards I've never ever heard about before. We've then got Serenity, also the gate, who's going to be bringing Witch's Strike to Duel Links. This is a really neat card that works in response to your summon being negated. Your opponent's field and hand just dies. It's a really high risk, high reward card that you may not get off all that often, but when you do pull off, it's going to be incredible. There's also the Royal Rhino with DC4 dice, which is a very fun die card in the Master Duel events. We've had the Duel Trials, right, for the dice and the coin flips, so that could be pretty fun in Duel Links, I guess, if we have the correct card pool for it. We haven't seen how do you get Serenity. So Serenity is lockable, first of all, by finding Joey and dueling with him 5 times, and then you get all of the missions done. Right, you then got to go and duel Serenity, gain some life points, and then you unlock her, and Serenity is focused around Guardian Angel. No, she's not. No, she's not. It's Saint Joan. However, she doesn't have a card here. I think Ishizu didn't either. I think. It's weird because we've got an animation for the Guardian Angel Joan for Rebecca, but nothing for Serenity. That's a bit weird. Now, do we have any cool things in her level ups and in her cards? Let's have a look. So, we've got the Light Law Medium. Never heard of it. Spirit Sculptor. I think I talked about this one years ago in a video covering cards in XTC set that comes to Duel Links. I believe I talked about this one years ago. It might have been Chaos Impact for some reason. That's like ringing a bell, but I might be wrong. And we've got the Horn of Heaven, a classic old school trap card that could be pretty good in some situations. I believe Legacy Duels come back right at the end of the month, and so that could be a really good card to play in that format, depending on the ban list we get, right, depending on that one. And in terms of the best skill she's got, it's probably going to be this one, right? Yeah, probably not going to see too much play. It gives you a Pot of Greed and you shove 2 cards back to deck. This is not going to be anywhere near as good as the Guardian Angel Joan one from Rebecca. And so I can kind of see why Serenity being hidden as a lesser character, why they wouldn't want to focus on it that much. I can kind of see it. Now, we've also got the Kaiba and Yugi Alt Styles. Now, these might be bugged, because when you lock them, there is a solid chance that you won't be able to actually see the missions for them. What is happening? Oh, for some reason I thought we was unlocking Kaiba. I was like, why is Yuki invite us to a coffee shop? But obviously that's going to be after the Taya day. I believe that's probably when it happens, right? Have we got the missions? Let's have a look. Go again. Go and get Kaiba with his new urban style. Set of Kaiba unlocked. Dragon Master Knight as the ace, of course. They've both got animations for them. They're unique, which is really cool. So, let's see. Do we have the missions for them in our character? Let's go to Yugi. And we do. Okay, we do. So, let's go and flip this around to the alt style. What changed? His cape went off and he had a bandage on. Or whatever. Like, okay. Now, mission-wise, we're going to be getting some sleeves, playmat, right, and again, another one, at least really cool with the Dragon Master Knight. 2 brand new skills. This one being the Dark Magician skill with the Armor Dragon. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that one at some point, see if it's any good. And this one, of course, being the Karibo Deckmaster one, which was the whole point of the Virtual World Arc. And, of course, a bunch of gems. Looking pretty nice, pretty nice. Is this a scenario? Oh, okay, so it's going to be a story piece. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. It is very weird seeing this this style, right? This design. And again, you've got accessories. You've got a Dragon Master Knight accessory. I think the Yugi one is a bit nicer. And of course, we have the Blue Eyes Armor Dragon skill that's more focused around Blue Eyes, right? Whether it's the best skill or not is yet to be seen. And also we have the Kaiser Seahorse, again, going on that Deckmaster ability from that arc in the show. So overall, you know, getting a bunch of gems, right? That's 4 characters worth of gems. Of course, these ones are lesser, being 1100. Serenity and Rebecca are going to be the full fat value, I assume, in terms of gem rewards. And of course, we know we're getting Noah starting tomorrow. This event going on probably, unlock, I'd imagine, would be around the 6th, right? Around that time, 5th or 6th would make sense for that one. So a whole bunch of gems of new content to kind of grind through. But the real big deal is what is going on in the shop. Of course it is. So first of all is right up my alley, the Soul Servant EX structure deck. This is an absolute banger for one, right? First of all, we're getting a copy of the brand new DM. That's nice. 2 copies of the old one, DMG. They've put a bunch of, you know, NPC drop cards in here, which I don't actually mind. Right, I don't mind, because we're still getting the same amount of new cards, right? And so this is just a way for, you know, making things easier for new players. That's all we really want, is to make the game more accessible for brand new players. So we've got in here as well, we've got the Conjurer, which we talked about yesterday around the Duel Monsters China video. We talked about these cards come to Duel Monsters Global, and all of them basically, aside from the Timaeus, have come, but we've got even more good stuff. We've got Conjurer, probably won't see play. Magic Rebo has a potential chance giving us a hand trap that can bring out a DM, trigger your circle, and then get a banish off, and of course, can add itself back when that demon is destroyed. So there is some value there. We've got the Salvation, which searches out the Eternal Soul. That combo is now in Duel Links, that's really nice, and of course the big one, the namesake of the structure deck, is the Soul Servant, one of the best cards they've got in the entire theme. It's a easy 3-off, and so let's go in real quick and grab the free copy, because I'm not sure how much I want to go into the box. Given what's in there, there is a lot, but also we know there's probably going to be a Rush Duel product of some kind, right? Late October, I think go to the last one, and we'll see. Any prismatics? What do we get? We got no prismatics. Okay, that's kind of disappointing. Not good, not good. We've then got the Selection Box Volume 7 Mini. This is the big one. First of all, of course, is going to be the Blue Eyes Alt Art that you can get in the box. Kind of, this one feels a bit rough, right? Because it is a NPC card. Every other Blue Eyes Alt Art has been free or been a purchase bonus, right? And so this one being hard paywalled, I think is fine. Alt Arts, I think, should be paywalled in some way, right? Give some incentive that doesn't really harm the free-to-play players, and so this, I think, is perfectly okay. This mini box does do something I don't really like, and it's that it's giving support for cards in the new main box, and so you can't just go into the brand new main box to build the deck you want, you've also got to go into the paywalled content. So, of course, the big one is going to be Imperm, right? Just straight up. One of the best cards ever printed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is now in Duel Links. Will it be super broken in Duel Links? I don't think so. I think at the moment, Droplet is still going to be way, way better, but like Ip Masquerena, there's going to be a time where this card is going to be really, really good, and if you haven't got it, then you're going to be shit out of luck, and you're going to regret not going for it. And that's really what they want, is bring these cards in a metagame where they aren't going to matter too much, right? Because it is just like a better version of Effect Veiler, right, at the moment, and Effect Veiler doesn't see too much play right now, and then at some point, when the selection was a rerun, you're going to have people wanting to go in because they really need that card they missed out on. We've then got Pre-Prep, which is also perfect for your Dark Magician deck. And I believe for Hungry Burger, right, Nouvelles can probably play this as well. Voice's Voice, if we ever get that, that'd be cool. And they want you to run it, of course, with Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Of course, also getting support in the main box is Blue Eyes, and putting this behind the Selection Box Mini, again, feels rough. Similarly with Titan, because we're getting Thunder Dragon support in the main box. And again with Apophis, getting support. There's also Macabre now free from the bundle jail, and again it's like Tour Guide, where they're paywalling the ability to buy more than one of a card you could previously obtain for free, like Fossil Dig as well, right? So this, I think, sucks, right? Because we don't know, based on history, if they will ever print these cards outside of selection boxes. We don't know. Tour Guide hasn't been printed outside selection box yet. It's been an anniversary box with an Altar, which does kind of bode well for Macabre because it does have an Altar in the game, but when, we don't really know, and I want to keep this an exclusive for as long as I can do, so it's going to be kind of locked for a while now. The Ultimate Chaos, the brand new main box is here, and they messed up. If you look in the very top of the image here, they've got the Millennium Duel box in the background. The intern screwed up. This box is surprisingly good. Surprisingly. So, of course, cover card, Master of Chaos, we saw this one yesterday in the China video, and this is such a funny card to play, right? When it's summoned, you bring back a body from your graveyard, you contribute that body to banish almost your opponent controls, and then, if this card does die, you recycle a spell. It is a game ender if the summon goes off, which is really, really cool. Tyrant Dragon is also going to be neat for Blue Eyes, of course. A powerful card in the TCG version of the deck. Maybe not so much in Duel Links, but we've got Imperm, so this would work against Imperm. That's neat. Colossus is one of the two big worrying cards in this box. I don't think I need to tell you why this card is good. Yeah, we'll see how things do, but like, I guess with skills, getting around the adding cards to hand, so maybe actually in Duel Links it's not going to be that bad. Now for an exclusive for Duel Links Global, is Illusion of Chaos, right? China didn't get this one. They got Timaeus. We got this. We got the better card for the generic Dimension package. Oh, this is a 2 or 3 off, right? In Duel Links, maybe it's a 1 off, right? Maybe the skill does things to make this card work better. We don't know. Kaiba Man the Legend is a card that's not even in Master yet. It's not in Master yet. So we've got this early, right? All things considered, it's a very, very early card. And it's a really, really good normal summon for the deck, right? When it's summoned, reveal 3 Blue Eyes cards in your hand or graveyard, and then summon one of them. Immediately, you've got materials for a level 9 Synchro on board. So of course, you've got Spirit Dragon, but also you've got the brand new Lightstorm Dragon as a rare, which can pop cards on the field. Right, you summon this, you get a pop 2 back row immediately. Or you force out an Imperm or something. We've got Ecclesia, because we have Sword Soul in the box. And Sword Soul beyond Ecclesia is really, really cheap, right? This one being a rare, this one being a super rare. You've got Iris being a super rare. For some reason, you've got Moyi being a normal. Do Konami just not like money? Because you could have made this an ultra rare and people would have gone and grinded for this. They would have, happily gone, whip out the card, take it. Right? They would have happily done this. This feels wrong to be a normal. It feels so wrong. We've also got Martha. X is, of course, now fully in the game. That probably is going to change very soon because it was a tactical dry deck, and so we expect support to come in the next core set in OCG or in the one afterwards, right? So at some point, Exorcists will be out of date, but getting the final, the best card of the deck in Duel Links is really, really good, and does now make the deck way more expensive. Just straight up, right? It's a 3 off. It's a 3 off. Nibiru is now here, outside of a selection box. Finally, after what? 15 months, I think? It was like July last year we got it in. So it's been a long time coming. I thought they would hold this one out until November's Casey Cup box. However, now that Imperm's in the game, you can kind of see why they've gone, oh, the big staple of last year is now out of it. Bring a brand new one in. And you can appease people and also piss them off at the same time. Now, in terms of pissing people off, yeah, Eldritch, one of the most fun decks from Launch Master, is now in Duel Links. Of course, we're getting the Curse Eldon as well. There's an Odeon skill as well for this, and you can easily go into Temple of Kings, go into Circuit, and then play Circuit, sack it off for a Chamber Dragon Mate, giving you a negate on top of the Eldritch Trap plays. And of course, we saw the Apophis in the Selection Box Mini that's designed for this deck. So, yet again, right, Thunder Dragons, Eldritch, Blue Eyes, all cards you kind of need to go into the selection box and then back to this box to kind of get the best value out of. There's also the Ice Jades, which probably won't be doing much given that we didn't really get that many good... It's more like the Wave 1 stuff and a little bit of Wave 2, I believe. We are missing some more of the later lore cards, and so that is going to be a bit disappointing, I think, for Ice Jade fans, but just means over time, hopefully, they can make a more bonkers skill and, become better at that point. And I didn't talk about the there's 3 stars left, right? It is, of course, Thunder Dragon Fusion. Again, really, really good card. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, which probably could have been an Ultra as well, which is surprising. Again, they wrote on this one. If you've played Master, again, you will know how good this card is, right? It's protection for the cards on your board. It can summon itself out if a card's destroyed. And it's a compulsory for any card your opponent controls if this card battles. So, a very, very solid card. And finally, Magician's Souls. Again, a card China doesn't have, which is really, really big. And again, it's a 2 or 3 of. Duel Links ratios might kind of make things a bit weird, but, we've got some of the best Magician cards in Duel Links now, right? Illusion of Chaos, Magician's Souls, Soul Servant. All 3 of those were really expensive cards in the TCG. Now in Duel Links. And all we need now, really, is Darmach and the Dragon Knight to come at some point, right? The big Timaeus fusion, or the new Tactical Tri cards coming. That would be also really big, or Dark Dragoon at some point. I'm hoping this 10-pack plus 3 UR gets me at least some way into that Dark Magician kind of side of the pack. That'd be nice, but I'm not really expecting too much, right? It is a free temple. What would be bonkers is if we did pull a card in the 10-pack and then the same card in the free pool. That'd be massive, but I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. Right, we'll definitely see. Pack number 6 is going to be absolutely nothing. Pack number 7, not looking good, not looking good. 8 is nothing again. Number 9 is going to be nothing. And number 10, Winky Explosion for the final pack. show me the BAM. Show me an ultra rare card. What do we got? It's an effect monster. It could be Mention of Souls, could be the Nibiru, could be the Martha, could be the Kaiba Man. It is Souls. I will take that because that means that we are now a bit closer to not needing to reset the box as often. Right, that's fine. And of course, guaranteed ultra rare. Let's see. Show me Illusion of Chaos. I will take the Kaiba Man, but again, I'm not too sure as to whether to go into this box or not. I really want to, but that's the thing I've got to kind of weigh up. And of course, we have got the new Chronicle foils. So to end things off, we are going to go and attempt to gamble on the lottery, and hopefully we can pull into some of these new Chronicle foils. They're in the pool. There's one each. I want Blaze, I want Luminous, I want the Wind one, and the Water one. That'd be cool. And of course, if we pull Full Starlight, if we pull Rainbow foil, that'd be great. Gold name. That's not good. That's not good. Number 2. Let's see. We've got Rainbow Border. I will take a Rainbow Border. That's really, really nice. That's perfect. Trade number 3. Red name. Okay, sure. That's one of the rare ones, I believe. I believe that's only like a 1 copy, right? I imagine so. It's not in here anymore. It must be. Aurora. Not great. And final one for the moment. Ooh, we've got the Wind one. Okay. So, actually, I want to go and quickly see if I can go to my Chronicle chips real quick and put this on the Striker, right? Is it Hayate? I think Hayate is the name of the of the Wind one, right? Because that is the deck I play the most at the moment in Speed Duel. So, let's see. Right, we can put Full Starlight on. That's fine. Or we can put Gust on. How is that? I think it kind of works, right? Because obviously she's aiming a gun, and so you could look at it as like the, the ammo being charged up. But part of it doesn't really fit that well, in my opinion. Is there any other like cards here that we can actually go for? Like, what would Soul Servant look good? Because of like the you have all like, the dark, like you have all the magic, right? See, that probably looks better. Right, that probably looks alright, because you have all of the wind and stuff, all the magic going on, so that probably looks okay. Lightning, Dragon Rule of Drafts, like, could we go and put the wind on this one, because this one will probably look, like, this one looks good, right, because the card art is centered, and it is thematically linked, being the Wind Dragon Ruler. This one actually looks quite nice. Of course, I'm not going to play Dragon Rulers, so I'm not going to go and use that, but, again, like, maybe the Raptor would also look good as well, or, like, the Cornfield Kotal for Chimera. Actually, this might work better with like Darkness, right? But then like, yeah, okay, no, like it is going to be a real mixed bag and seeing exactly just what works and what doesn't. But that's again part of the fun of this new update. So overall, I'm really, really impressed. More so than other worlds probably had me been just a bit baffled they didn't decide to promote this prior to release. Right, like of course we had the campaign announcement, we had no one confirmed coming, but nothing on the characters or the All-Stars definitively, nothing on the structure deck or the box, for example. So I think that if we were expecting Duel Links to have a massive player spiking, right, on, say, Steam, you may not see it happen immediately. It might be a word-of-mouth thing, so people go, oh, this has happened, right? All this stuff's free. It might be a bit of a slow burn, a slow uptick. Like, regardless of whether, Eldritch's going to be a fun deck to face against, or if Colossus is going to be a bit annoying, it's a really, really big update to the game, and definitely looking at the last ban list, right, we were kind of a bit down on it because there wasn't any hits. And now we know why, because they were hoping these boxes to be a big enough meta shift, and then of course going into the KC Cup box, right, happening in November, that 1-2 punch is probably going to make for a really big metagame shift. But we'll have to see. Of course, comment down below what you pulled, if you pulled anything good, your thoughts on the overall update, and I'm going to go and rest my voice because it is dying right now. It is on fire. So, thanks for watching. Adios.